Hello and welcome to the next episode of this series, which is all about this Lego room and of course my life. But it's got worse because we now have a subcategory for this series, which is a Ninjago rebuild, which is all of this just here. So we are on episode number 2 of no idea how many episodes that is going to be, but the plan of attack today is to try and sort out the Ninjago city. Now, we did eventually come up with the plan of attack for the docks. The docks is just hiding up out the back, and there is 1 or 2 pieces still missing. So potentially they are in the other boxes that I did try and rummage through, or they're going to be somewhere else. Now, if they're somewhere else, it could be anywhere, because I have pulled out everything underneath this table after it got smashed, and I have actually repainted the wall, and there wasn't a single Lego brick underneath that. But bearing in mind, if you did catch the last episode of me falling through the table is where the loot coaster is, and I am 3 tables deep now, and there was pieces this far this way. So they absolutely flew everywhere. If you want to see that all over again, then just watch the first part, the first couple of minutes, where I kind of recap what this is all to do with. But we are now basically stuck with this. But like I said, we have come up with a bit of a plan of attack. So what I am going to do is you're going to go to a time lapse. I'm going to get all of these different bits and pieces out the box, put them up on the table, get the base of the 32 by 32, nice and simple. Then I'm going to show you in great detail every single section that I possibly can do as this starts to go back together. And then when we're missing pieces, I will have a mini nervous breakdown and then try and figure out exactly what I can do and where they could be. But luckily with the actual docks, everything was there bar 1 full piece. So we should be okay, because that 1 piece will either be together or it's in one of these bags, which I will explore later on. And then by the end of the series, I want the docks, the city, the gardens all rebuilt. Then I want to get the markets. They've got the boat just here, which is looking very, very sorry for itself. Put that down the middle, put a lot of water down, and then that is the start of what hopefully will be a really nice new section, because we have done lots of bits and pieces already. So we've got this bit done. I've got the first part of this actually uploading already to YouTube, ready for tonight, because I am struggling for time that much. So that is what that video is. That's something that I've already done with a slightly longer hair than this one. We have got the thrill seeker section. So from here upwards, minus the actual row plates being down, the actual layout is done, and I cannot wait to order a load of 16 by 16s, get all the path and everything put in, get all of that tiled up, because that's going to look something very, very special. And then I've just got to figure out what is going to be happening with either the 16 by 32 townhouse. Am I going to swap it over for a base plate? That'll all come in a separate upload. I know we got to that point, and now I'm doing this. I just want to make sure that this will work here because of the roof height, and then hopefully we will be good. So for this episode and the next one, more than likely, and the next one after that, it's all about this table. So I, like I said, want to get this bit, which is the actual Ninjago city from the movie, somewhere close together, which is going to be much easier said than done. So you're going to go to a time lapse. I'm going to take all these boxes on the floor, start getting all these bits and pieces out, see what we're left with, try and find the instruction booklet. If not, I'll just do it on my phone and make it up as we go along. Right, it is about to get messy. I tried to have a quick look for the other piece for that docks. just thinking where else it could have flown to, while actually trying to look for some instruction booklets at the same time. I didn't realise I had instruction booklets everywhere. I knew I was putting them down as we were going and tidying up, but I've got loads over there, loads underneath there. So there's going to be a video coming, because I can actually then put the instruction booklets in the clear cases, so they're all stored, because the big instruction booklets I really struggle with. The old school Lego City stuff, I just put in a ring binder, and that keeps it really, really easy. I've got all of them together. I've got like 6 or 7 folders of them. Just go through and it's all nice and easy. Group the Lego City stuff together, group all the themes together. But when you have a huge, thick book, it's, well, like that, for example, that's only probably 2 sets, maybe 3 sets, because there is your Rivendell and Loop Coaster and probably something else. So yeah, it builds up quickly. So we are here, basically, with regards to what we're about to do. Now, it is going to be a little bit annoying, because I did want to try and download the instruction booklet, and I need to get onto the laptop to do that, but that is currently doing something else. I just don't know where the Lego Ninjago City instruction booklets are. And until I start clearing the floor space, I can't really reach around and have a look everywhere. They're going to be somewhere, because I would have kept them close. But I've moved a load of stuff back in for the Star Wars stuff, and just it's messy. So I'm going to go by the photo and basically hope for the best. Now, we are this bit. So we have got a 32 by 32 base plate. This is a gorgeous looking thing, but obviously we have got random pieces thrown all over, and we're going to do it blind. I think this should be a good bit of fun. Can I rebuild most of this blind? Now, the one advantage of this set is you do have the lift, but I don't actually know where the lift is, which is slightly concerning and annoying at the same time, because that is your rooftop. Then I think you've got your comic section, then you've got the next section under that, and then you have, obviously, you put the roof on top, so you can just line them all the way up, and then that should be okay, which then means we can figure out what we're going to do with the ground level. But this ground level is very, very detailed. So we have got all these different walkways, so you can see there's some bits and pieces and damage here. So I've got to try and find that and then rebuild all of this back up. And this is where it's a little bit different to the actual city stuff, because some of this stuff has come all the way from the bottom. So that's going to have to be ripped up to then build the layers and things back up again. And I just hope that those pieces are there, because if I can't build the ground level up, then it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Now, things like that, for example, I know that's the very top. That's going to be the ground level. That's somewhere in the, that's the very, very top as well. In fact, that goes on that piece. That is the top. Then we have these green surrounds there, the very, very top as well. That, I have no idea. I don't think it is the right piece to go with that. We're going to end up with one extra bit somewhere. That, to me, looks like that might be somewhere for the bottom. Somewhere. So it might wrap round either across the bottom or the next level, because it might be the next level. All of that is also missing. So we've got these level pieces just here. Yeah, there's a lot to sort of dissect on this one. So I will do it with you now with the photo and see what I can do. And I think I'm going to have to download the PDF, which is going to be really frustrating, because there's not long left. There's only 9 minutes on that, and I can just open it up on the laptop and see what is what, and then I can just put you to a time lapse basically as I repair it. And as I get each level done, I can then show you the detail included, because I can't start stacking these now until that base is in and complete, because we have got this bit here, and I know it's flickering, but there is a speaker system, which is this bit. Now, because luckily this is one piece, but you've got all these random bits underneath. I don't know what should be there and what shouldn't be there. I'm assuming that bit should not be there, but that looks like it should be, because that is attached. You've then got some Technic bit. Oh, does it slot through the Technic pin? Right, what have we got? Which way do we think that goes? There's a silver crab somewhere as well. So I am going to guess it goes that way. And I've got a funny feeling I've just put that in backwards. No, that is right. So, yeah, you've got that bit at the front. So that is the next bit, because that's where the next bit goes onto. Success, which then means we need a square. That's a square. Incorrect. We don't need a square, because you can't get a square into that shape. What shape do we have that would go there? We've always got a cut edge. Because they do all these very, very cleverly with different edges and things. Now this is where it's going to get a little bit annoying, because if the bit isn't in the box, I've then got to look in the other boxes for that one piece. So this is why I think you're going to have to go to a time lapse, because this is going to take a long, long time to do. But we'll carry on across the bottom level to see what's what. So you've got a bit of an Easter egg. I think that's just a pink egg Easter egg. I think that's supposed to be a bit of... I'm not too sure what that's supposed to be. They've got a habit of just putting random poo in these, haven't they? The new one's got a flushable toilet with a brick that comes all the way down. So maybe it is an Easter egg through to that. You've got this great detail on the front with the phone, and then obviously it comes all the way around. You've got all the Technic pins where you can connect the others up together. You've got a bit missing just here. But then it goes all into the water. Then we've got the nice crab. Then you've got the elevator or the lift. And then you've got all these pieces that I need to replenish and find in there. And then the next building goes on top. Now, what is the next building supposed to be? Because I think they're all complete, aren't they? So we are missing... There's another piece that should go on here. Just on here, there's a bit. Now, I would like to think the only piece that it would be, because that's your balcony, is this bit. Now, is that correct? No, but if I spun it round, yes. Right, that is the next tier on, because we've now got the walkway, and then that is the back end, and that is what is photoed. So if I go by this angle, we are so far okay. Now we have got this, which is quite clearly smashed. So potentially, okay, so I'm going to do it blind. That will be the same height as that, which it is. And then we've got the ladder. So that's supposed to be on the inside or the outside? That's why I now need the instruction booklet for, because that is the piece that goes on there. We have got a attachable wall. You've got all the studs and things through. That looks like it is actually that pattern as well. So that might actually go there, which that bit then connects to on there. Yes, look at this. There we go. So that is that bit for that bit. So we now need the bit to go across the back. My head's hurting already. What's the bit that goes above it? Is that white bit? That. I think it's that. And you can see there's bits missing from that as well. So that should have, it's got the grills across the top. So you have another curved bit just in there. That bit's still attached. And then there's a weird window circular thing. That is my top description of what is missing. A weird window circular thing. Now, because some of this has been pancaked into each other, it could be literally inside it. It's just such a weird piece to fall off. This is where the problem lies. Now, I want it complete. I don't want to do this half-hearted. But if I can build it all up and then make a list of pieces that are missing, I back and then just see if I can hunt them, because they could have gone anywhere. There's so many of the boxes underneath, and if you haven't watched the first episode, there was lots of other sets. I've got other tubs. I've got another 3 tubs with broken sets in. That was underneath that table that broke as well. But because it is modular, I can unclip it okay. So it's not the end of the world, but that will go on there when that is down, and when that is in and together, he says that should, so that is there, that will go on like so, and we're just missing whatever the back wall is on the inside. Now, without the instruction booklet, that's not very, very helpful. And the other thing that I'm slightly concerned about is nothing is standing out at me of what that bit is going to be. Like, I would imagine, just by better luck than judgment, these 2 panels are matching. That looks like it's missing a roof. There's a gold bit. That will clip into there like so. And then you do this opposite thing on that side. And then you would have, I'm doing this with one hand, mind, doing that. So that's your roof. So that's that bit, so that's okay. There's another flap for a roof up in there. That one needs to be fully resolved. Right, I am going to have to go through quite a few other boxes then to get to that bit, and I need to build the base bit up. That has now got a minute and a half left, so I'm going to eat my supplies. So we have one of these today, an Oreo Choco Milka. Doesn't that look very nice? And I'm going to neck what is my breakfast and lunch. I am very, very, very healthy. Yeah, wish me luck. Right, little pit stop for a update. Ideally, if I had the space, I would just leave the camera on a time lapse and you could see it being rebuilt. But it's just so awkward going between the boxes, and obviously I just can't do it. So we are slowly, and I mean very, very slowly, getting somewhere. I'm still having a bit of a fight with the bottom level. Now, the big problem is the colours, because you've got this beautiful gold here. So I managed to build that wall up. That was easy enough. Just trying to figure out what I'm doing with this bit. I'm assuming I need another gold for 2, and then we've got another layer, and then it'll be the black. So I'm assuming it wrapped all the way around. I'm still doing this blind, by the way, just because I'm just trying to put it in. But in the actual gardens, we've got lots and lots of gold, as you can see. So you've got all this bit, and it wouldn't surprise me if the odd bit got put in this box instead. Now, I need to figure out what the front of the wall's doing right beside the door, and I can see if those pieces together, because a lot of these are still together. Obviously, I've just done a bit of a dummy run with regards to, get this base out of the way, with regards to some of the other bits and pieces. See, they look so nice together. And I keep putting the wrong bit on this bit, and I was thinking to myself, well, what is wrong? What am I missing? So obviously the roof isn't on properly, but that is the tiers. That's actually how all 3 tiers go. It looks a little bit odd because you're missing all the fascia off the front of this building. And yes, that is some gorgeous display on there. And the bank does work. It does spit money out at you. I need to get all the rubber bands and everything back on together for them to all start working. I did on the ground level find the actual corner piece, which was this bit just here. It's hard to find, so it's upside down with a minifigure attached to it, but that bit is now in. This bit's still stumping me a little bit because I just need to spend a bit of time on that. It's got to be something to do with, I keep saying it's got to be something to do with these, but I'm not going to strip this apart when obviously this was something. So I don't know if this is just something from a different level, or if it is actually, say, for example, that bit down there from the actual docks. They're very, very similar, which is always a fruity experience. But what I was getting at is the comic. So the comic section is the rooftop for this. So that goes straight on to there. So I would potentially imagine that up top and up top on there is the two clips like you've got on that side. So I'm looking for two more squares, because that's what we've got up at the top. Because some of them are done by 2 and some of them are done by 4. So if they're 2, then it might just be black clear pieces, which would be, well, there's 1. So it'd be another, so that, say for example, went like that. You'd have another one that went on that corner, but I can't do that without having built the front of the wall up. But that's where the comic section bit goes. And then we are all together then on that next tier. So if we took the very, very top roof off, that's that roof gone and disappeared. The next tier is this blue. Look at that for a gorgeous blue on there. That's gone. And now we are all together on, I guess, which is tier 2. That's tier 3 and the roof is tier 4. So this bit I need to have a look at as well, because I'm not too sure what these two green things are. Because one of them was still attached just here, and this was obviously attached separately. So I'm assuming that these two pieces are in front of this door, he says. But the room looks a little bit low to me. I think that's level like that, but it just seems that we're missing a run. It's almost like it needs to be there, and it's there, which is not the most ideal thing. And then obviously we're missing these bits and pieces at the bottom, but I have got that. So I'm assuming this will go through onto there, but it doesn't actually fit, which keeps it nice and saucy. So not, again, 100% sure how that goes. I don't think anything happens on the inside. Now, I've obviously got bits and pieces on the inside of each one. I've just kept everything crossed, but the stuff that's broken off is actually to do with the inside of that. Like this, for example, I found the crab. So that goes on the outside of the building. You've then obviously got the working bit on the inside. So you've got the non-cooked crab, and then you've got the turning mechanism on the back, which is still working. Fantastic. Open it up, and then it's cooked. And then you spin it back around again, and it's just a cool little feature. Look, so it just spins round. It goes off this amazing little Technic system on the side. So that bit's still attached. We can add some more minifigures back in here and get all of that neat and tidy. I just hope it's not in there. So I'm now going to grab another drink because it's getting quite warm in here. It's probably because I'm just stressing rather than anything else. And then we can see where we're at. Now, if you haven't yet watched the first part, the plan is that the dock is going to go at the back, not there obviously. It's going to go on the one side, and it's going to go parallel to the new market, because they're both shorter with the roof height, and then the two taller buildings either side will have the gardens and the city face to face, which would look very, very smart. And then the boat just goes in the middle, and then we start to go underneath the table, potentially. It would look very nice here, and then this could go onto this table, but I've got so much of this, it's not going to fit on the one table. But I could double decker the Winter Village quite easily, because it's much smaller sets, so I wouldn't have to worry about the height of the sets going underneath the table. But because this table is higher than this one, I can't then push the bigger sets all the way to the back. So if this, for example, went up to the top, it's just a nightmare with a sloping roof. So you're going to go back to a time lapse once I have had a nibble of something to eat and a drink. You can see what we're trying to do. We haven't achieved much. It's just difficult. I keep spotting more pieces. So obviously that blue goes with that. Where that bit goes, I have absolutely no idea. And then the boat, luckily, is still attached. I know, like I said, that's part of the roof. That. Pass. It's a tree. I think it's at the very, very top. I think it has the thing on. So the thing on? I think it has the spiky bit on with this and all the pink and purple bits. I think it's to do with this. So I'm sure there's some people that, hang Hello, hello, hello. Is that? It's definitely underneath the comic. It's got to be underneath the comic. Can't go above. Right, that's completely finished. That's the wrong yellow. That's the correct yellow. Put that with that. Again, we've got this sort of lemon yellow in here, and there's some more lemon yellow on there. That's your boat. We haven't got any more bright yellow, and we haven't got any more black. So I will have to tuck into this box, which I know is going to take forever. So time lapse for you, headbutt a table for me, and figure out exactly how this bottom strip works. Now you were going to go to a time lapse, but this could go one of two ways and it could actually explode. So not that I can make it any worse than what it already is. I've got an image on the Lego website. Now I think that looks like it goes there, which then hopefully the next piece would then line up at the top. Fantastic, we are a strip off. So what are we missing? Said it didn't quite look right. Now we are level with the door. Are we missing a strip of yellow, or is there supposed to be something else on there? I thought that would have gone a lot smoother than what it's just done, to be honest. So, because I thought I could just put that little piece just in there. What is supposed to go there? That is to the ground. Oh, maybe, oh, okay, hang on. It might need... We're off by a thin strip. That's what we're off by, looking at the rest of the thing. So I need a thin 4-stud yellow strip to raise it up. And then that should be good to go, he says. Right, the battery died during the time lapse. I'm not 100% sure how much you saw, and I've just let the camera cool down while I've been carrying on, because the camera gets quite hot in a time lapse. But this piece just here, so this bit where I've been umming and ahhing, where does this bit go? It is the ground level. It does actually go there. How it's come out from this gap, I don't know, but we are going to have a bit of a tinker with it now, because I keep finding different bits and pieces, and we just keep moving from level to level as basically the pieces come out, and it's the only way I can really do it with regards to the space that I have. So I have had a bit more of a play with the comic section, and there are something like 40 different photos on the Lego website, and the only one that it doesn't show off is right by the front door of that. But we are getting there very, very slowly. As you can see, I'm slowly starting to build that back up. I just need still to get the bottom tier done, so that's actually still floating. But this bit just here is where we are about to attack now. Now, the green bit here needs to come off first, and this bit I think needs to come off. See, it's so well intertwined with all the steps that somehow that has got itself stuck down. It's actually wedged underneath the water, and it should not, he says, be there at all. Now, I don't know what I can actually get in there to sort that out, because I don't know what it's actually getting caught on. Will I take that bit off? Will that now just come out nicely? No. Ow, that's a no. Is that a brick separator? Got something useful on the floor, surely. No, it's a bit of... No, that's annoying. Quite a bit of roller coaster track, not a brick separator. Fantastic. I've got loads of them everywhere. Got ya. Ah, there we go. God, that was in. That was a in piece. That was right. So, whew, this bit needs to go back in first, and that needs to go there like so. That is the step from there. That is the bit that goes under that bit like so. I think that would be the easier bit to put in first though. So if that bit goes in like that, then that bit goes in like that. We then have that bit that layers over like that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that bit. That is how amazingly layered all of this base is. And you've got all of these different bits and pieces. It is very, very impressive indeed. But that is that bit. So we've just done the base. Now, I think that is the whole bottom section done, which does mean that these pieces just here are the bits for the next tier. Now, I know where the surfboard goes, which is handy because I actually know where that goes. It actually goes in front of the comic store on one of these barriers. Now, the barriers are designed slightly differently depending on what set they come from. Some of them got the clips on the outside, and I think the surfboard doesn't. I think that has a different barrier. So we've got this, for example. Don't you dare fall off that chair. So this has one of the orange ones in, and you can see, I do that so I can see what I'm doing. That bit there and that bit there obviously give us the advertising boards. And don't forget, this is all Ninjago language, so you can scan all of this and see exactly what is what to do with everything. But one of these goes in front just there, which means we have to have another one of those bits coming on underneath, and there is obviously something to add on the corner. And then don't forget, we've got the walkway, so potentially that would go like that. The next piece goes over, so that might be for that, or it could be something very simple as that bit just kicks across on there. So I really do need to find a better photo for that one, but we are done, I do believe, on this very, very bottom tier. I think that is an open back. I want to say actually it's got a door on, but again, there's no building that is jumping out at me. But then we do have weird and wonderful pieces like this, which I'm sure will start to make up and build up just different bits, and we can still get all of that done. But I can't find a photo from the inside of everything. So I am desperately either going to have to download the instruction booklets, because there's 4 of them. I'd rather download them than actually find them. But I'll keep doing what I'm doing at the moment because it seems to be working. And like I said, because it is modular, if I've got a load of pieces left, we can start colouring them up, because it should be simple enough to put together. The only thing I will need some help with is this, because I did this in the last video where you've got the bit that goes across the top. I've got all the pieces there. I just can't quite figure out which way they are supposed to clip together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just crack on, get some more little bits and pieces done. I wonder if I can just put it all. Let's see what it looks like from here. From the back first. And are we doing okay? So that is that is that is that. So that's lined up. Right, what we're missing. So we definitely need something for this corner. Now I think that is the big plant. So this bit now is becoming quite important. So we need to build something up on there. Obviously there's the bit that goes underneath this, and it does add as the next layer. So you would have obviously this bit that will go over. So I'm pretty sure I've done that bit as well, by the way. So I found the piece that goes on the inside that was hidden in the bottom of the box. It's just that ring that we need to find now. But you can see on the inside you've got the good morning Ninjago and everything on the inside of that. I just need to find all the accessories that go on the inside, because obviously there's a load of accessories on the inside of the comic book, and you can see you've got the different ninjas, and there is a load of comic stuff on there. So again, with those, is that the pieces that are actually supposed to go in there? it might be. You just push the window through. I can't actually figure out how that would work. Oh, it does look like it is. Can I bodge this? I couldn't quite figure out what piece it was needed, but it does look like that is. It does look like that is the correct shape, and that will be the other piece that goes underneath. Now, obviously, it'd be a lot easier if I just took this apart. Yeah, I think that is correct. So, that's a nice surprise. I thought it was something that's... I definitely don't do that. I thought it was something that's slotted in the window. That loosened it off enough. And there's two ways you can put these in. Come on. There we go. There. I think that's the right way around. I hope it's the right way around. Otherwise it goes in the deep dish way, but I'm sure the deep dish way is the other way. I don't think it is the deep dish. I think it's supposed to be flush on the outer edge. It kind of just makes more sense that it is. And then that bit goes in on the side, which is good. Like so. We're missing a bit for the back. We need a bit more TLC on the back on that bit, and then obviously this will just connect up to the top. So we are very, very slowly starting to make some sort of headway, but it does mean that there will be a piece that goes across the back just here. So I'm looking for a potentially long black strip with some grey over the top of it, which is easier said than done, and that could be in any of the boxes. So yeah, could be absolutely anywhere. Right, I'll carry on tinkering and I'll catch back up with you later on. Right, we have a bit of a problem, Standard. So I think there's quite a bit of the odd pieces in the gardens that should be in the city stuff. Now, I can rebuild what I can rebuild on this. Like I said, all of this basically is the top, that's the boat, and then we've got these bigger pieces just here. But there is a couple of bizarre size shapes that are missing. So for example, the bits that go here, I haven't got the 2 stud or the 3 stud that needs to go there, so that must be in there. So I'm thinking the easiest thing to do now is basically build this tower up level by level, add in what I can add in for that, know where the gaps are, then in the next upload make up what I can of the other set. Then I'll then start to see what we have left and then go back from that box into that, because I don't want to start taking pieces out of that if it's not the right thing. So I'll be like, oh, that's clipped to that, and I'll undo that, and it's not. That's not how that goes, because obviously clearly there's something that's supposed to go on that bit and that bit. Where that is, I don't know, but obviously it's not connected to that. That clearly goes on this bit, and then that is fine. So that's how that hooks up to. Then we've got the next level. So that is what I'm thinking of doing now. I'm thinking of just putting into a quick time lapse, build up the levels. Think that is the bit that actually goes. See, that is what I did not want to do. I didn't want to do that. So there we go. So that bit, and that bit. So that is the kind of thing with the big flower that I thought was at the top, but it isn't. And then we can build up that bit there, which is this bit here with this bit up on the top, and then we'll start to wrap it up, and then I can then crack on with that bit. Because what I am trying to do is I'm trying to run the laptop parallel to doing this. So I can't actually use the laptop for the instructions, because that has been working flat out all day rendering videos for YouTube, because that's basically what happens on a Saturday and Sunday. It doesn't stop. It's just a workhorse over on the weekend, so that thing just keeps ticking over. And there's lots and lots of Legoland videos being uploaded to the channel from Malaysia, obviously Singapore, Dubai, everywhere. There's a worldwide trips going up on there at the moment, so head over and have a look at the different plays in the channel. Now we will carry on with this. I think it'll be easier as a time lapse, because I don't want to bore you to tears, but at the same time I don't really know how, well, to be honest, I'm not sure it was the best thing, which way to do it. So for detail, obviously that is the comic bit, that is the bit at the top, and then that bit goes up onto the top just here, and that's where it sits. Now we are missing, obviously, that bit just there. I'm assuming it is the black piece, because that would just sit on there like so, and that is fine, and obviously it's supposed to just pop off. Now I don't think it's on by 4 of the squares, I think it's just on by the 2, but that is something else that isn't in this box, and it isn't in the dock box either. So it's just little bits like that that must be in there, but obviously that set uses it as well. So I don't want to pinch it off one set onto another. As you can see how much of a pain this might turn into, but I'm sure it is not in there. That's a rooftop, that's a rooftop seat, money. That looks interesting. That might be an important piece for something. More of the roof. So yes, you can see exactly what the scenario is, and I'm finding more and more of these sort of lemony colours. Obviously we've got some larger pieces with this, so that is obviously part of the comic store, so that will go in there. And then we've got some other little bits and pieces as well. So I'm going to do my best now to get those bits out. Stack these bits potentially on top of each other. Let's see actually quickly how rough and ragged is it. Because we have, like I said, the good thing is we can go by the lift. So that is off. So that needs to go forward, or it needs to be spun round, because that is solid. So that is in the, that's either in the wrong way, or it's overhanging a little bit too much, because that isn't right with that. So that's fair enough. Next piece from the back. That is that. Now that's where the lemony colour starts to come in, because that's the roof. That's the next piece. Because if I remember rightly, this bit here is just the roof top that goes side on. See how amazing it just links in and connects in? So that goes behind those vents. So I'm not pushing it down, but that bit goes there. So there's a piece missing there. That might be the interesting colour. Yep, that might be it. So it's just little things like that, because that is on a curve. So have a quick look. Is that correct? Right, so that hooks in. I've just clipped that in, and that is that piece. But we're missing one bit just there, so I just need to find one more bit for that. I don't know if it would be a lemon or a brick face. So it's just things like that that I need to find. No, it's not the lemon colour, is it? It's the interesting shape and colour. But again, I don't know if it's attached to this box or the other box. I don't even know where you were looking then. So time lapse for you, me tinkering around, moving to and from, and let's just see what I can achieve in the next hour or so of my life. Right, hopefully as you can see by the time lapse we've made a little bit of progress. Now this thing has now fully been rebuilt. It is near enough actually complete, which is fantastic because this is a bit that you can't strip apart again, but I can add in the bits and pieces on the inside if need be, so we are good to go with that. Also rebuilt all of this, which is the bit that goes on top, so you can see where we're going so far so good. Slight problem, I need another one of these, another one of these, and another one of those. I need in fact, I need two at the top, one at the bottom, one in the middle, because the bits on the back are not there and they're not in the box. So this is the problem that I'm going to have, because this bit obviously now goes into this bit. I've got that twice just for the bit of support, and I haven't got the bits. So I don't know whether just to keep doing what I'm doing, leave the gaps, empty the tub, start the next one, see what's left, make a list of the stuff that's not there. Could be another tub. I have absolutely no idea, but it's definitely not in this tub. And they aren't exactly, well, they're not used in anything else, which is good. So I just need some of them. And then I can just put this straight into the top, and the top is then, well, it's completely finished. So I will get the next video rendering and then carry on with this. Right, I know we are really far into the video now, and I think I've actually got as far as I can without any instructions or anything. So we've not done too bad. They're the pieces that are left, but they are obviously one pancaked internal, so I'm assuming it's all to do with this. I have started to build up the bottom of this, so that is fine, so that is good. Obviously the roof's done, so we know what that is. We've already seen that, so that's all right. I've added the crab onto the top on the inside. Now, can you remember all the pieces that were loose on the inside just here? Well, it was that. So some of these had fallen off, so these are now in and done. I've also added the chair as well, so we really are starting to progress forward. Now I could clip all of this together, but the issue we've got is, obviously I've done the first layer. So the bottom layer is, I think that's finalized, which is good. Second layer is done, minus this little bit just here. So this is where I'm going to start needing to find the pieces from the other box, which is going to be a bit of a pain, but it is what it is. So fingers crossed. I'd rather them be in there than in one of the other boxes on there, but that is something that we're just basically going to have to assess later on in part number 2, because I need to download the instruction booklets and actually then be able to build all of this and then figure out exactly what is in this. But I can't put those pieces on the table until all of these are together. I know this video has gone on for so long already and I've run out of time for today, so you just have to wait for the following upload for that. But we have, I think, made okay progress. Like I've said, these bits and pieces up at the top are in. I know we've got the bit on the side that I just need to clip in and find on that. So like that, for example, it could be, in fact, it might be that one. There you go, magic. So it's just little things like that that you just keep sort of finding around. This bit on the inside with the crab does look very, very cool. And then, like I said, you've got the working ATM machine. This bit now is where I don't think I've got the pieces I need either, which is a little bit annoying. Obviously, everything else will clip and connect together. So you've got all the bits and pieces on the back, so they're coming across nicely. Now, the one thing that I have had a bit of a tinkle with is this is attached elsewhere, so that does not go there, is this bit here. So this bit is actually for all of the Technic bit and all the flowers, and obviously we've got more yellow bits in here. There's just too many pieces in there for me to figure out how this surround goes with this bit, but hopefully it's just that tier, then the roof goes on. That's basically the plan of that. But I think with how it's all starting to look, that is your shape. So in case you didn't realise, the top of this, again I've only just put it on loosely, that is the top. It's not pushed down, so that's why it's wonky. And then you've got another secondary piece just here, so obviously that would slide like that, look. So then that's all nice and level and flush, and then you have got this nice overhang with all the clips. So I've got these two clips just here, but I'm missing the two there. So again, spotting that, that'll be that piece. I'm assuming that goes underneath. And then that bit also goes underneath, like so. And then I would need 2 black square tiles. And again, that's where we hit a bit of a speed bump because I haven't got the 2 black tiles. I have got spare ones of those, obviously, but I'll have to see if they are in another box. So stay tuned for part number 2, because I think, well, I will. I'll get all of that done in number 2. I downloaded the instructions. I have the laptop beside me. I just have to not have anything else running on it in the background because, like I said, it's just churning out video files at the moment with me doing all the voiceovers and stuff from the trips that I've already done. But I can't wait to have this all back together. Then obviously need to find the back of this. This bit clips onto the top just here. I can't remember what goes there, to be honest. That's something else I just can't quite figure out. I can't put all of the pieces of the puzzle together. But again, we've got this bit up here, but that flower up at the top's not quite finished. So hopefully that'll be in this box. We'll go through all of that. Well, we'll get that out on the table in the next episode and just see what it's to do with. And then probably the episode after that, we'll then start putting it together, because I want to see if that box contains the remains of these. If it doesn't, we're in trouble, because that means I've then got to go back into that cabinet and pull out the other clear boxes and see what's what. But we'll worry about that on a different upload. I know this has already gone on far too long. So if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let me know in the comment section below if you've got these, if you're looking to backtrack them. What do you think of the gardens? Have you got the city market as well? That is definitely on my radar. And obviously with double points potentially being live when this video goes up, it might be worth getting that set then, because it comes with a huge amount of minifigures and all of the working features. So this is one more quick look at this. So this is where we've got to in probably about half a day. So it does take that long. It is very, very difficult to try and do because you've just got no space. If I had all the tables empty, I would have just smashed this out, I think, a little bit quicker and potentially broken it down a little bit more and then just had the laptop beside me and rebuilt it. But I don't. So it is what it is. So again, one more time, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and I'll see you next one. Ta-da.